Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about the shading part of loci, and as I mentioned in the previous video that this part is very important as these are the kind of questions that we are likely to come across in past papers. So here's a circle. Now this circle is basically the locus of points that are 4 centimeters from O. Okay, and the question may ask you to shade and identify the region that is more than 4 centimeters from O. Now all the points lying on the circumference are going to be exactly 4 centimeters, given that the radius of the circle is 4 centimeters. But the second you step outside of the circle, all the points lying outside the circumference are going to be more than 4 centimeters. So that means if that turns out to be the case, it is the outside region that is going to be shaded in order to identify the region where all the points are more than 4 centimeters from O. Now the question could also ask you to shade and identify the region where the points are less than 4 centimeters from O, in which case we're going to shade inside the circle. Now let's move to the perpendicular bisector. Now we know from prior knowledge that all the points lying on the perpendicular bisector are equidistant from A and B, but sometimes the question may ask you to shade and identify the region that is nearer to A than to B, in which case we're going to shade the region that is on the left, basically the region that is before the point B and after the point A. Now it could be the other way around. It could ask you to shade and identify the region that is nearer to B than to A, in which case we're going to shade the region that is nearer to B. So there you go. Now let's move to the angle bisector. Again, the question here, all the points lying on the angle bisector are going to be equidistant from PQ and QR. So the question may ask you to shade and identify the region where all the points are nearer to PQ. So that means we're going to have to stay above the angle bisector, because that's how we're going to be nearer to PQ. But the question can also ask you to shade and identify the region that is nearer to QR than to PQ, in which case we're going to shade the region that is closer to QR. Okay, now we talk about parallel lines. Now you can see that I've drawn two parallel lines from AB at a distance of 3 centimeters. That means all the points lying on these two lines are going to be at an exact distance of 3 centimeters. But if you're asked to shade and identify the region where all the points are more than 3 centimeters from AB, so that's going to be above this line and below this line. Now you should keep in mind that you will not always have to draw two parallel lines, because the question is going to drop a certain hint. Like for example, the question could say that it is north of AB or south of AB, which will tell you whether to draw a line above, a parallel line above or below, or perhaps on the left or right. Now what if the question asks you to shade and identify the region that is less than 3 centimeters from AB? That means it is going to be this region that I am shading. So forgot to color code here. Yeah. So this is how we shade depending on the region that the question has asked, and I hope this video is clear. I have already made a video on a couple of past paper questions, and I would strongly suggest that you watch that video if you want to further enhance or further cement this concept, and that will definitely help you, inshallah. Okay, so that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye bye.